for being in another Facebook Live. Today we are talking about the miracles that happen here, rythmia, um, in every way, the intentions that we come in with, and how people are receiving them. And I have Jason from Florida.
Yes.
Thank you, Jason, for saying yes to this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. And I asked Jason yesterday, he was a great student in my class. The answer is you. He came to every class. And so willingly he said I'll be willing to speak about my experience of arrhythmia. So here we are. And the first question I want to ask you, Jason, is how did you find out about arrhythmia?
Interesting question. All right. So, in my life, I quit drinking about 6 years ago. One of those things that helped me quit drinking was a plant called kratom.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of kava and kratom bars where I live in Pinellas County. There's actually more of those in Pinellas County than anywhere in the world because it's blown up so much there. And the person that owns that establishment has been here, takes his employees here. He actually brought the book, The Shit the Moon Said, and handed it out to people. So now I read this book, and now I want to go do it. And I read it a couple of years ago. So this was the first opportunity that I actually got to put it in place and come.
Beautiful. Was something preventing you from making the decision, or was just the question here is you heard the calling, and was there a particular reason why you couldn't come right away, or?
Coincidentally, we had booked this trip last year in November, and I came with my girlfriend, and she'd taken a tragic fall at the house and hit the back of her head and had a brain bleed.
No way.
Yeah, so we had to cancel the trip. And obviously, we needed it. We had booked it, so we needed to use it before that year was up. So that's why we're here now. But I wasn't ready at the time that I found it. I just wasn't at that place in my life, which sounds kind of weird. It was probably the most time that I needed it, looking back at my experience now.
And now your expectations coming here versus what you received, what would you say was like? Maybe let's talk about hesitations, because I know that you might be watching this video and thinking, well, I want to go, but I have all these questions. I have like this, natural fears of the unknown.
That was definitely a thought in there, and that's just part of this whole experience. Is you're coming here to strip away those fears and trying to find a place that you've forgotten for so long.
Yeah.
So that was my intention coming here. It's just, I have done a lot of great work in my own life without anything but my willpower and my wanting to succeed. But that's not always going to help you overcome the things that happened to you a long time ago.
Yeah.
We can all sit here and read the books, watch the documentaries, and do these things, but sometimes internally it's just stuck.
Yeah.
You just don't know how to get it out. Really is really a place that allows that in every level. It's not just about the ayahuasca, it's about the people that are here. It's about the connections that you make while you're here. And like the staff here is just wonderful, and the classes that you guys prepare, there's a reason for this. This is counseling. It's not just about going to the Costa Rican jungle and doing ayahuasca. It's about what you guys bring to the table. So every time you come into your class, that's an hour or two of counseling right there, as far as I'm concerned, because you are opening up topics for us to search inside and figure those things out.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you had that experience, and that you received the full experience, because when you come here, you have to be willing to receive it.
Yes.
To be open for that. So I'm glad that you did that. So can you walk us through a little bit like your week and the messages, as far as you feel comfortable in sharing with us?
Of course. Harbor a lot of anger. It's just over things that have happened in my life. And that was one of the big things for me that I wanted to put down. Because I just don't want to carry that with me anymore. It's not going to help me heal in any way whatsoever. And I didn't know how it was going to work. I didn't know, like, I've seen a few videos, but nothing's ever going to prepare you for the journey that you're going to have when you get here.
Yeah.
And it it stripped me down. It stripped me down to bare bones and made me look at myself again. And if you're expecting to have some visionary miracle here, it's not really how it works. You know, some of this is coming here and having struggle, because what happens, you only grow when there's struggle, or you got to put yourself in those uncomfortable positions. And it's no joke here. It's not. It's serious healing on a serious level.
Yeah.
And I'm very appreciative for it. I may not have seen a visionary miracle this week per se, but I've seen so many beautiful people here have so much amazing healing, that even that in itself also helps me, because I found strength in that, because it is scary. Like, you get here, you're doing these things outside the box, you're throwing up, you're going to the bathroom, like, just, you're not used to all that. People try to avoid all those things, but now you're here putting yourself into that.
Yeah.
So if you can sit with it, be with it, embrace it, then you'll push yourself through.
Yeah.
And there's other people that I saw that gave me strength. They were just bare bones, just suffering, and having to be helped to the healing circle, and just to get back to the bed. And the staff was so good, because they're pouring out so much of what they've just been harboring.
Yes. Yes. Sitting here with you, I'm thinking about the hero's journey. Have you heard about the hero's journey? And how the hero, by the way, we're all the heroes of our own journey, right? We get that calling. And then we love to hear when the hero, it's at the end of his quest, right? Like you right now, you are the hero of your own journey. But I love that you mentioned about the journey. And sometimes people might think, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to the jungle of Costa Rica to see visions. And you said it's deeper than that. And when you embrace it and you allow the purge and the cleanse and the healing to happen, the benefits that you reap at the end are just unimaginable. And I know that it's going to continue to unfold for you.
And it's at the very end of it, when I was sitting in the healing circle myself, I was the third group chosen. 3 is kind of my number, universal. If you talk to numbers, you try to look at that stuff.
Yeah.
And I got that number. Coincidentally, my girlfriend got the same healing number. And then when the healing circle was coming around, they started on me, and I look over and the shaman's working on my girlfriend.
Oh wow.
And it was just a magical moment, to where, like, you couldn't script it. You couldn't write it. Like, the universe just provided that, and you just needed to see that. Because when I got into the circle, just all my family emotions came up, and I started crying like a baby. I've never allowed myself to be that vulnerable, especially around strangers.
Right.
But at the end of it, when you're looking around at everybody's just more of a family.
Yeah.
So it's a super powerful thing. Super powerful. It's just the way the week lines up to where you get to on Thursday. It's just meant to be. Everybody that's here is meant to be here.
Yes.
And it was proof to me. It's proof to me.
Yeah. I love it. And it's like you've experienced it. We can tell you and inspire you to experience this for yourself one day. And when you live it, it's you have it in your cells. And that beautiful experience of you just breaking down and just allowing the emotions to be shown, and be okay, be comfortable with that. I think I've had that experience myself, and it's that in and of itself is so healing and so heart opening when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because and you said that you were dealing with you were healing anger from the past.
Correct.
And yesterday, I think in class, we mentioned that when we were little, we learned to not be vulnerable, because that meant weakness, right?
Yes. And I had a traumatic childhood in the very, very beginning. very fortunate after the time I was 5. You know, I had both my parents in my life. But before that, it wasn't good. So you have those memories and things that stick, and hearing Jerry's story,
Yes.
Also just help with that. The way the whole thing plays out, the way that it's developed here is very conducive with showing people that everybody's going through it. We can heal from this. We really can, and we can help others. Help others heal.
Yeah. Heal people, heal people.
My parents are very powerful people in my life,
Mm.
and I always look up to them. I always will. We all get older, and we want that time with them because you don't know how much longer you got.
Yes.
And I myself trying to become a leader in my family is difficult, very, very difficult. So I need to find myself so I'm able to be a better son to the family.
Yes. Ooh, that's so good. I like to refer what you just said. There's not to be religious about anything, but there is a commandment that you can interpret from a metaphysical place, and the commandment is you want to honor your mother and your father. Now, from a metaphysical perspective, is what you just said is that you become the best version of yourself. That you do it better than they did it in a way, meaning you're evolving. You know, um, you're evolving yourself so you can support others to evolve with you. So every generation gets better and better and better.
Correct.
That's really powerful. And so, what would you say it's like your maybe a lesson that you're taking with you? I mean, I know you already mentioned many, but like the one thing that you're like, I can't wait. And when we were walking to this place, he said, I'm ready to go back home. Like you feel excited, full of vigor. So, what is the one thing you want to start practicing or cultivating?
Just want to sit down with my family members. So I want to give my mom a hug. I want to give my dad a hug. I want to give my aunt a hug. And while I was here, my mom had surgery.
Mm.
My aunt ended up telling me she found a lump in her breast. So all those emotions like came up in the healing circle for me, and that was all I could think about. It worries me because I know that she's going to need me
Yeah.
to support her, and I got to be able to put my own stuff aside so I can be there for her.
Wow. And you're ready.
Yes.
You're ready.
Yes.
And
We've been working on it since she sees this. That
yeah.
her and I have been we've been good and been very fortunate to help in her life, and she's been in my life. So that's very important. And my her mother is coming to town this weekend, so I'm newly uh, getting a relationship with a grandmother. And
Oh.
she's 88, so she's only got so many years left. So
Wow.
it's been an interesting journey, and I believe that I found this place at the right time when I needed it.
Wow. Well, they're very fortunate to have you and be so courageous to do this healing work. Because in shamanism, they speak about how we're also helping generations before us heal, generations to come, and up to 7 generations. Is that what they say?
Fun night.
9? Okay, 9 generations before you. So thank you, Jason. Thank you for sharing
Thank you.
your experience. Thank you for saying yes. And at Agape, we call this a sacred yes.
Sacred yes.
A sacred yes. And when you keep saying those sacred yeses, the universe keeps rewarding bravery.
I will say this. If there's a word that I could use for this entire week, it's magical. From the time when the shaman was sitting in front of me, working on me, it was just, I don't even know if I can put it into words properly.
Right.
You just have to come here. You have to experience it. If you're ready for that journey in life, it's just time to do it. It's time to do it. We'll get it. The universe is going to tell you whether or not you need to be here. The medicine is going to tell you whether or not you need to be here.
Yeah.
But you have to be open to listen to that too.
Yeah. Rythmia, it's a magical place where you get to experience magic.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. When you set it up for you, it's just, it really is. You've done a really good job, and the way the owner has put everything together. it's only getting better as far as
I
I can
know.
see from what I've heard and what
Hmm.
you guys are talking about, and keeping going. And
Yeah.
I hope ayahuasca reaches the people that it really needs to reach.
Yeah.
There's a lot of healing in the world that needs to happen.
Oh, so much. So
It
much.
starts with you, starts with your family.
Hmm.
It goes from there.
It goes from there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was amazing.
I
I'm
appreciate the
so
opportunity.
happy. And thank you all of you who just watched this video. Like it, share it, comment, and we will see you next Saturday. Good
Come to
night.
Rythmia.
Come to Rythmia.